What is your name and where you come from?
My name is Lawrence. I'm American, originally from New York City, but I've been living in Singapore for 11 years.
I'm Christina and I'm from Canada.
Biggles. I'm from London, in the UK.
Leon. I'm from the Netherlands.
Corinne. I'm from Chile, but I've been living in Australia for like 9 years.
I'm Dario, I'm from Italy.
Lucas. I come from London.
Why did you choose Ubud in Bali as a place to work and travel?
So in Canada during the winter it's very, very cold, and so mainly I wanted to escape the winter. But in terms of digital nomad locations, I knew that Bali was like the number one place to go to. And so when I landed here, I started off in Canggu, but I found it a little bit hectic, a little bit busy. So I traveled to Ubud, and I just found that it's like there's a really nice mix between like, you know, the digital nomad hustle, but also some nice, calm, peaceful environments. So.
Well, actually, I've been in Canggu for the past month in Bali, so I guess I should rewind. Like, coming to Bali was the big move for me, not Ubud specifically. Everybody was talking about Ubud, so once I got here, I felt like I should come here and see what it's like for a week or two. But for me, the big leap was coming to Bali at all, and that, for me, was experimenting with this whole idea of being a digital nomad, which is not something I've ever done before. But the winter in London is very, very cold and very miserable and grey, and I kept seeing people in these amazing tropical places having a great time, and thought, why am I not doing that? And in particular, actually, I went to a friend's wedding in Kenya just before Christmas, and that really got me thinking that I have friends living in these cool, exciting, exotic places, and there's nothing that's really stopping me from doing that, so I should give it a shot.
It's a beautiful place. There's a lot of green, lots of palm trees. There's monkeys on your commute to work, which is quite unique. There's amazing accommodation for good prices, especially if you compare it to Western countries. There is great restaurants, amazing food. The local food is amazing, but there's also other options. You eat also for really good prices outside, which I think is a luxury in many ways. And there is also a really nice community here of people who have similar values to my own. They are into personal growth, curious about the world, curious about themselves, learning, growing. So that's pretty valuable to me.
Well, it was kind of like by chance. Like, so last year I had to like leave Australia for like a month, and then I decided Bali and Ubud is always like a really nice place, but I never actually had that experience of working remote until then. So like, yeah, like I arrived to Bali, then realized like a whole co-working space set up, you know, with all the people from all the worlds, you know, all the other countries, you know, like around the world doing the same thing. And I thought like, yep, okay, I can do this for a month and give it a try. Now I'm here for the next 6 months. So I'm quite excited. Yeah.
Well, I was privileged to be shown Ubud by a mentor of mine from Singapore, pretty much when I first moved there about 11 years ago. And he introduced Ubud to me as a very special place that I was very lucky to have so close to me in Singapore. And I just got really, you know, enchanted by the energy and the amazing culture and the beautiful nature of Ubud. And for many years, I would come here just to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life in Singapore for, you know, a week or so at a time. And then I reached a point in my life where I realized that I wanted more than a week. And so I'm here for, you know, a couple months now.
Well, first I didn't really choose Ubud because my sister has been living here for 2 years, and I came here for a holiday. And before the end of the holiday, I just put away my apartment and just decided to live here. So this is the place where I've stuck, and I've been around a couple places already. But I went back to Ubud because it's quiet. I mean, I used to like to party, but there's not really a party scene around here, so it's good to, if you want to focus a lot on your work and a little bit of a healthy lifestyle, then this is a great place to be, actually.
I actually came here from Bangkok, so I was already in Asia, and it was for a job opportunity. So I was building my online business, and basically was looking for security in something that I could do more sustainably here whilst building that. And I came across actually this company that we're standing in right now, and they offered me a great job, and I came here.
Great. And how do you structure your day here in Bali as a nomad?
So one of the first things I did when I got here, other than joining Outpost actually, was to sign up for a gym really, really close by. And so just like at home, I use that as a way to structure my day. So I try to go for the 7 a.m. class as often as possible. Don't do it every day, but I try to make sure that I do, because that gives me like a very fixed time, which is also an obligation to other people. So I have to think about this stuff quite a lot. I've got ADHD, which makes it not necessarily easy to structure a day, and I overcompensate by having things like going to the gym, making obligations to other people. I have a Discord channel that a friend and I message each other saying what we're going to do each day and what we did yesterday, and if there's anything blocking us, even though we're not working together, it's just like nice to have somebody else that you can rant to about things that you're having difficulty with. I have like a notes app that I have a template which I fill in every morning. Things like what's my energy level, when did I take my meds, what music am I going to listen to, what am I planning to do, and then it's like a checklist of open this app, check your calendar, are there any emails you need to respond to, and it's kind of like a way for me to kickstart the morning and not really have to think about it.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're tired.
Well, I have flexible. I'm working as a freelancer, so I usually woke up at like 8 or 9. And then I just go really slow on my day, have a little coffee somewhere, think about how I'm going to structure my week or what I'm going to do. And then I come here usually at 11 or 12, and then I work until 8 o'clock.
In the evening?
In the evening, yeah. Sometimes until 12. If I feel the focus that day, then I'm just gonna, yeah, yeah. Even at weekends, because it's really quiet around here. It's a very busy time at this moment, so a lot of people. And if you come at different times, then it's a great way to focus.
So I think that's one of the challenges that I've had since I've been here. I don't feel like I've had like a set routine or a set structure, but I do run my own business. So I have a team back home that runs that when I'm sleeping, and so I try as much as possible to work kind of the hours of like 9 to 5, and then go to the gym after. And then maybe like do some dancing or in the evenings, but then on the weekends, that's really when I explore Bali more than anything.
So I wake up pretty early in the morning, and usually I start my day with breakfast. So there's a lovely little cafe, right down the street from me, and I have a little oatmeal and some eggs and some coffee, and then I will head over to the Outpost here and begin my sort of morning work session. I go to lunch mostly at Alchemy, just downstairs, and then I come back for my afternoon work session. I go to the gym in the late afternoon to sort of end my day, and then I go home.
Yeah, it's pretty much the way I structure it in any place in the world, which is I wake up and go to work pretty much. So I just have a pretty much a regular job, even though it's remote. And yeah, I work most of the day, and then I use the rest of the time just either for my own projects, either to write on my own or to read books or to maybe do some exercise, sport.
So for me, I'm very much to myself. If you had asked me 3 years ago, it'd be very different. 3 years ago, my structure was based on everyone else. So whatever event was on, whatever party was going on, what my previous partner would want to do. So now I'm very much, I go to work, I go to the gym, I go get something to eat, and then I go home. So I would say I structure it based on the exact things that I feel like benefit me and what being here is the whole point of, right? So when you're in Ubud or when you're in Bali as a whole, you have access to so many beautiful things that you would not necessarily have before. So I don't just want to go and party because I can do that anywhere.
I think you have to be really kind of disciplined in having a routine as well. So like I like to have, morning exercise, and that's always been like that back home, like in Australia. So like waking up at 5, going for a run, doing some. I know this sounds cliche, but like I like doing yoga as well. Like trying to like start the day in a really good setup and try to like have breaks for lunch and try to structure your day depending on what your time zone difference might be. I mean, I'm quite lucky that I only got 3 hours difference with Australia, so that's where my majority of my clients, my work is placed. But trying to like find the balance, because some people might have to, compromise hours of sleep, have a bit of change on the time. But yeah, like as long as you are tidy and you have a really clear understanding that you need to set up your routine and your structure and all that, I think that's a healthy way to do it.